In the early 1960s, the United States was locked in a dangerous Cold War. Fear of communism shaped every major decision. Behind closed doors, military leaders created plans meant to protect the country at any cost. One of those plans was so shocking, it remained secret for decades. It was called Operation Northwoods. This is the true story of a U.S. plan that was approved on paper, but never carried out. After World War II, the world split into two sides: the United States and its allies versus the Soviet Union and communism. In 1959, Cuba became a major concern for the U.S. A new leader, Fidel Castro, took power and aligned with the Soviet Union. For American leaders, this was alarming. A communist government was now just 90 miles from Florida. In 1961, the U.S. supported a failed mission called the Bay of Pigs invasion. It was meant to remove Castro. Instead, it embarrassed the U.S. on the world stage. After the failure, military leaders feared the U.S. looked weak. They believed stronger action against Cuba was necessary. That fear set the stage for something extreme. Operation Northwoods was a proposal created by senior U.S. military leaders. The idea was simple but create events that would make it look like Cuba was attacking the United States. These events would then be used to justify military action against Cuba. The plan was written, reviewed, and formally presented. This was not a rumor. It was documented. The plan included several scenarios. These ranged from staged incidents involving military equipment to false reports designed to influence public opinion. The goal was to create support for war. It's important to understand something clearly. These were proposals, not actions. They were never approved for execution, but the fact that they were suggested is what makes this story so shocking. To understand why this plan existed, you have to understand Cold War thinking. Military leaders believed communism had to be stopped at all costs. They feared delay more than risk. They believed public support was necessary for war, and they believed drastic measures could be justified if the outcome protected the nation. This mindset shaped Operation Northwoods. Operation Northwoods was presented to President John F. Kennedy. After reviewing the proposal, Kennedy rejected it. He did not approve the plan. No part of Operation Northwoods was carried out. The documents were classified, locked away, and forgotten by the public. The plan ended there. For decades, Americans knew nothing about Operation Northwoods. The Cold War continued. Cuba remained a tense issue. The world came close to nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. But this plan stayed hidden. It wasn't until the 1990s that the documents were declassified and released to the public. When historians reviewed the documents, they confirmed something important. Operation Northwoods was real. It was written by top military officials, but it was never approved or executed. The documents showed how fear and pressure can push institutions toward extreme ideas even in democratic systems. Operation Northwoods reminds us of an important truth. Governments are made of people. People can make flawed decisions under pressure. Transparency, oversight, and civilian leadership matter. This story isn't about what happened, it's about what almost happened. Operation Northwoods was a plan that crossed a line. It was proposed, it was reviewed, and it was rejected. History changed because it was never used. Sometimes, the most important moments are the ones we never see and the decisions that stop something before it begins.